It's Block Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
All right, guys, so I'm trying not to be too long, but I am going to do a quick reaction to Carrie Ann's recent video. She just did a video maybe about an hour ago or so, and I'm going to do a reaction to it because, again, like I said, you are not going to keep spinning narratives about me out here in these YouTube streets and acting like you are some victim and just remaining a perpetual victim. At the bottom line is you need to take responsibility for shit that you do. Whether you like it or not is, not my issue. But I'm about to show you how simple this situation can really be, okay? How easy this situation can be, and that you are making this much more than it has to be, okay? So for a little bit of backstory on this, I did do a video yesterday where I showed chronologically from top to bottom how Carrie Ann and I got to where we are today. Most people in this sector know that Carrie Ann doesn't like me and I don't like her, okay? And how we got here is Carrie Ann has been spinning this story around the sector that I have treated her, like I've lied on her. I've done all these crazy things to her that I haven't done. And so what I decided was I was going to go ahead and just show evidence of everything that happened between us from the first time that we fell out, why we fell out, give context of that, and then give context of how we became friendly, how we were friends, the conversation we had behind the scenes, not the full context of conversation, but I gave you guys particular parts of those conversations because I needed to show why it was strange to me that she was taking Shakim's side and doing all this weird stuff. Okay. It just didn't make sense. And, and I knew it was because she was beefing with Breaking the Culture. So ultimately speaking, I did that video. Everybody, I got pretty good reviews on it. I haven't had anybody, giving me any negative feedback on it. And we went in the DBA, shout out to Alan Logic. He had a show tonight. And Carrie was on the panel and I was on the panel. And on that panel, she began again to spin this narrative of me being this evil, horrible person to her. And even though, clearly she hadn't seen my video because she didn't realize that I laid out chronologically how the fallout started, how the fallout happened, how it started, and how it ended. And how she's spinning this narrative today. And so it's clear that she didn't see the video because she was going off on a tangent about all this stuff that she usually does with me, right? She usually goes on this tangent about a bunch of stuff, and it becomes kind of tiresome to comb through and figure out what the hell she's talking about. So ultimately, she did the same thing tonight on that panel. And I ended up letting her know, like, listen, you don't realize that I've already laid all this out. I didn't take anything away. I didn't remove anything from context. I didn't add anything to context. I showed literally how things went based off of chronological videos between us, text messages between us, as well as one or a couple of emails that came through Breaking the Culture. I didn't even give you guys emails that her and I have had. Okay. I just gave y'all that, but I gave y'all that to give you context of, because it added to what we were talking about regarding the Shakim situation when she was claiming she had his back so much. So she went live after that. She said she was going to watch the video. Finally, ultimately, she agreed to watch the video. And I can tell, I did go over, to her channel because I was expecting her to give a reaction. And I can tell from this reaction that it is 100% clear to me that she didn't watch the video, okay? Because I want you guys to hear what this chick said. And I'm going to go ahead and present this video real quick. And again, like I said, it's kind of the same rhetoric with her, kind of the same pattern. If you can't get her to sit down long enough to actually hear the issue, right? And actually hear the problem, she will continue to spin narratives on you, like as if you are really, like as if you're really the problem and like she's really the victim. And, she sometimes, most of the time, refuses to listen until you can pin her down in front of everyone. And then she'll start listening. Well, she was filibustering like a mug on this video, trying to, I can see that she skipped through my video and she was just going all over the place. And I just want you to hear what I heard, and I'm going to react live to it. So I'm going to play the video. And again, this is fair use. I'm going to put my fair use banner up. All right, so let me go ahead and start this video because, again, this is crazy.
On Alice's channel. And I mean, the bitch ain't gotta like me, right? But she just got up there and I just told her, have you been going around saying I was trying to turn women into feminists? And she was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, you ain't say I was going around trying to rile up women against the men and all this shit against the men. You didn't say none of that. I don't know what you mean.
No, she said, have you recently were out here trying to rally up the women and saying that I was rallying the women against P. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I asked her that. And then she was like, okay, then never mind. I said, no, what are you talking about? Like, I wanted her to give me more context of what the heck she was talking about. And she never did. So, okay, let's go.
Right.
And y'all can always go back and watch the video yourselves. I mean, it was on the DBA, so.
Again, she claims she showed everything, but she ain't never answered my question over and over whether or not she showed the video where she admitted she was lying on me.
I don't know what video she was talking about where she claimed I was lying on her, but I can show y'all in this video where she plays the video that I was missing, that I was trying to get, but it was private yesterday when I was trying to get it.
Right? Now she says she ain't never said she was lying. So I got to sit here and pull up this tape again. Right. And I'm going to just say she's trying to make it look like I set up a competition against her and I'm out to get her when she doesn't want to have beef with me. And I'll admit she didn't want to have beef with me. And I'll admit that I overreacted. But I was so offended by this woman who lied on me before, accusing me of rewriting history. And I felt like she was rooting against me when P was down there, going off on me.
And that's the crazy part, because when I was in that chat and P was going off on her, I actually said, that's still a woman. You don't get to talk to a female like that. I said that. I said, even though I don't like Carrie, and even though I don't really disagree with Carrie, that's still a female. You shouldn't be talking to her that way. I said something along them lines. So again, here you are spinning more narratives about me that are not true. I never said that about you. I never did that. I disagreed with Josephine when Joe said that P was just coming for you. And she started to go down the lines of P was coming for you as a female and he has this problem with women. And I was trying to say, no, that's not the case, because I fell out with P before, where I didn't fall out with him, but I said some choice words to him before, and he didn't fall out with me. He didn't call me all types of B's. That's what I said. I didn't go off on you and rally for P and put fire in the chat. What are you talking about? Again, you make up shit. You literally make up shit as you go along. But let's continue.
And I just thought that shit was really distasteful. But I ain't said shit about Miss T-Pre. I ain't even watched her show. So she say, now I'm playing victim. I wasn't thinking about this bitch just till she hopped in that shit accusing me of doing what she did.
What is she talking about? I accused you of doing what? All I did was, what did I accuse you of? What are you talking about?
So she sit here and say she ain't never bring up all this shit about me as being a feminist or admit that she lied about the shit she said on me, which I already played the tape. I'm going to replay the tape again just so it's all clear who is the liar.
Okay,
And
well,
I
let's
mean,
get to the
just because
part
she
where you
better
do
at
that. 'cause
editing
that-
videos than me or some shit, and she got a bigger audience, she was like, I have 400 views.
Here's the crazy part, y'all. This is how y'all know she didn't watch the video, okay? I didn't even edit that video. That wasn't an edited video. That was a live video where I was showing y'all receipts live. I was literally stopping and going. Like, if I edited, that means I would have had to cut certain parts out where there was like long pauses because I was looking for what I was trying to show y'all. So no, this is not an edited video. And again, instead of you going on these rants and going off about me, you need to take a look in the mirror and just take a look at the video, or don't say nothing. Like, really, because everybody has already seen the video. So they can see that you don't know what you're talking about and you haven't watched it.
And 40 likes. It's 40 bitches in the sector that don't like me. So?
Oh, so the reason why people agreed with the video is because they don't like you. Okay. Again, you didn't watch that video.
That's the evidence what you said is true? So, yeah, let me go ahead and pull this up because I guess I need to prove that again. This woman admitted she lied on me because she was in her feelings. I ain't make that shit up. And I know good and well that her and Shakim done made up. But to me, that just shows what a Prince Shakim is. That don't mean she didn't do him dirty.
And again, so y'all see how she's trying to spin this whole thing, right, to the public, but privately, she has something completely different to say. Like, how is that my fault that she's doing that? I mean, y'all seeing this in live in color. Like, I can't make this shit up.
How much he loved her. That don't mean she ain't do him wrong. And then I saw she showed some emails from when I was behind the scenes kikiing about it. Yeah, that was before I came to the conclusion she was lying and started doing shows.
This was June 22nd on those emails, okay? These videos between us are like August, I think it was August 16th. So what is that? Like 6 weeks? 5-6 weeks in between there? Mind you, in between that 5 or 6 weeks, okay? Breaking the Culture and her fell out again, okay? And Breaking the Culture went up to New York and hung out with Photon, and that just fucking steamed Carrie Ann and everything else. And that is what happened between the time that she was talking that shit about Shakim and the time that she started going live acting like it wasn't like that. So cut your shit.
So I guess what she thought, showing that I make little cracks and shit behind people's back. So
what? So it's just okay. Again, like I said, you literally downplay anything you ever do. You never have responsibility for nothing. You don't have to take responsibility for anything. So I crack jokes about people that I call friends behind the scenes. So what? So that's your answer to me. And I am the one that's the problem. I'm the problem.
Oh, you compare that to what you did?
What did I do?
And so let me be clear, right?
What did I do, Carrie?
Because Carrie don't be thinking about bitches. Right? The only reason why Miss T pre-name is in my mouth because I felt like she was phony, pretending like she cared about P, because she ain't never say nothing while we was cool. And I feel like she been throwing salt on my name ever since I was going off about that Shakim thing. Her showing you some videos from when she was telling me all those lies about what allegedly happened with Shakim. How does that discredit the fact that I came to the conclusion she was lying on him?
What? See, y'all see how she just throws a whole bunch of word salad up in a bowl and toss that shit together and then hand that to you on a fucking platter like you supposed to eat that shit? What are you talking about? Like, you need to just go watch the video because then you would understand what was in the video and then react to that. Don't react to what wasn't in there because you're reacting to what's not in the video.
What does that have to do with her using P to try to make it look like she the one who would go against another woman to protect a man when that's what I did to her about Shakim?
And again, y'all see that manipulation right there? Like, y'all saw the video from last night. So do y'all see that manipulation right there? Where the hell am I? Where the hell is that happening? Where did that happen?
Like, I don't appreciate you trying to steal my identity. And again, what's wild to me?
What? I'm stealing your. Oh my God. Y'all can see like clearly where I'm coming from. Like, y'all saw the video from last night. I showed y'all chronologically how we fell out over this whole time and how she continues to spin new narratives every time she gets. She's literally doing that right now as we speak.
Me, I sit here and start listening to her video about me where she allegedly shows everything, which isn't true, but that's what she claims. Well, it's a long ass video. I'll give you that.
Okay, well, where you're saying I didn't show everything? What didn't I show? The only thing I didn't show. Oh, you know what? There's two things I didn't show, and I will correct that. So the only things I didn't show was the one video that you had privated yesterday that I wasn't able to play, that you end up playing in this video, and that you also played a portion of it in your other video, but you ended up playing much more in this video, which gives context to the story. It actually corroborates what I was saying yesterday. So again, like, you need to watch the video, Carrie Ann.
That don't mean to show everything, but all she is doing is sitting there reinforcing everything I just said she be saying about me.
Oh, and the other thing I didn't show was how after I kicked her off my panel, how I continued to cuss her the fuck out. Like, I will show y'all that tonight. That way it doesn't look like I took anything out of context.
She sat there and played the same tape of me saying I wasn't going to that Hooray for Men party that she got mad about the first time I said all that shit.
I never got mad about any of that. I never asked Carrie Ann to come to the show. I said anybody in the panel. Y'all saw the video yourself. I told Carrie Ann and everybody else in the sector that they're welcome to come to the show. I never asked her and got mad that she didn't want to come. I got upset with her for telling me that I don't need to have it. I got upset with her for telling me how dare I have it because I'm not out here chastising Flacco. Like, that was what she was talking about in the video. That's what the problem was. It had nothing to do with me. Oh, she didn't want to come to the video. Y'all seen that for yourself. I played it. So again, Carrie, you out here bodying yourself and playing yourself.
And she said all the same shit she said the first time she watched it. But then for whatever phony ass reason, she came on my show and told me she shouldn't have reacted that way. And she didn't mean none of that. And none of that shit she said about me was true.
What? Listen, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to that part of the video because I really want y'all to see that did not happen. Okay? That didn't happen.
Lying on me. Like, what else is it to talk about? What else should I have to prove? You ain't got no video of me admitting I lied on you because I was angry.
Now watch. So, I want y'all to watch this red herring that she's trying to throw out here. Okay, and then we're gonna give some commentary on it about you. But for me, I might say things out of anger. Okay, and it doesn't mean that I mean it. So now keep in mind. She didn't like show y'all her questions to me prior to me actually coming on the panel and answering the questions she gave me. Because what she was asking me was, she was asking me throwing a bunch of word salad out and asking me questions about, why would I do this? Why would I say the things about Photon that I said in my video where I cussed her out? Why would I say those things? Why would I, knowing that these things hurt her and knowing this stuff? And I want you to hear what happened. So I apologize if I hurt you like that. I really did not intend to hurt you that way. I did go back. Now, keep in mind, this is the day after we had that major fallout online, okay, where I was on her show. She was talking crazy. She muted me. And then I jumped off the panel and then I went to my show and I cussed her the fuck out. Okay, so this is the day after, or maybe a couple days after. I'm not quite sure exactly the date. I'd have to go and find it if she don't have it private again. But I'd have to go and look at that. But yes, it was within a day or two that we had this video. Okay, so and it was the next day. It was the next day. So yeah. So again, context is very important. And Carrie Ann wants to throw things out of context and make it seem like it's a bunch of shit. But y'all about to see her fucking filibustering on this video.
And see, I see how she was trying to,
I mean, on the rest of this, not this video, but the rest of it.
Play me right there, right? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I hurt you. Like, nah, let's specifically, bitch. Like, what are you apologizing for? What did you say that you don't mean? Like, let's spell it out. So I don't need to.
So how come you didn't rewind it to show what I was apologizing for? How come you didn't like show because there's like, she's like 50 minutes into the video. You understand what I'm saying? So how come you didn't like pull it back further to show what we were talking about? Give the full context. That's what I did. That's why the video took 2 hours yesterday, because I gave full context, bitch. Full context.
2 hours of fucking video. I don't.
And listen to that video. And I understand how you could feel that I was way too harsh. And I should not have said a lot of things that I said. Especially being a leader and being a Black mother and just being a woman. And woman to woman, I know when I'm wrong. I can't always explain why I might say something when I'm angry. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just an imperfect person that just might do some fucked up shit sometimes. And I can admit to that. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it wasn't anything really personal. You understand what I'm saying? And again, this is the video part, guys, where I was telling y'all yesterday that that video is private, so I wasn't able to show y'all this part where we were trying to be diplomatic. Remember, I said behind the scenes, the ladies have been working pretty hard on getting us to be amicable with each other. And we I think either I sent her an email or she sent me one, and we decided we were going to go live, and we went live. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? Actually, no, that isn't what happened. She went live on that video. I'm lying about that. That is not what happened. She went live on that video that she's showing, okay? And in that video, she was going off about what we had been arguing about. And that's when I went on the panel to be diplomatic with her. And like I said, yes, there were multiple women behind the scenes that were trying to get us to be that way. And it ended up that we did make up on this panel, or at least that's the way it appeared. And it was just me being angry and me jumping out the window and snapping at the moment because I felt attacked. You understand?
And just so we clear, she claimed her video showed everything, but I didn't see this. This is the video that came after the one she starts her video with me wearing green, where she's still sitting there saying the exact same shit.
No, the video where she was wearing green was the day before. I hope she has this video public, because I'm gonna go ahead and check for the date on that video, and y'all can see for yourself. Like this video that we're in right now is the day after we had that major fallout.
That she's sitting here right now in real time claiming she didn't mean, but she's still saying that same shit months later.
Well, this is a different situation months later, Carrie Ann. Again, you need to watch the video.
I've been a feminist this whole goddamn time.
What does you being a feminist got to do with anything? You understand what I'm saying? And I did feel attacked at that moment. Okay. But I was wrong. I was wrong in the way that I was wrong in the way that I took it and in the way that I responded to.
So to anybody who watched Miss T pre-video.
Wait a minute. I want to, before she goes into that, right? In me saying I am wrong in how I responded to you, I am wrong in yelling at you the way that I did. How is that me admitting that I lied on her? Where is the I am admitting I lied? That's the part I really want her to get to, because she's saying that in this video, I admit that I was lying on her. And that's the part I want her to tell. I want to hear that.
Yo, because I took about as much as I could take with the manipulation. Can anybody tell me what history I rewrote? about Miss T. Pre or anybody else?
Girl, you done rewrote the whole Secktah, girl.
Right? Now, I know I misremembered that shit with P.
Oh, well, there you go.
Right?
There you go, right there. Like, you're going to say, can anybody tell me where I rewrote history in the Secktah with anybody? Oh, well, I know I did it with P, but we're going to brush over that. But yeah, can anybody tell? This is what she does. Okay? This is what she does. Literally. Let's continue.
I did. So I'm fallible, right? I'm fallible. But I don't think I'm wrong about Miss T. Pre. What history did I rewrite about Miss T. Pre or otherwise?
Again, you would know the history you rewrote if you decided to actually take the time to listen to the video. Again, if you didn't want to listen to the video or watch the video, there is nobody like forcing you, holding anything to your head, forcing you to watch the video. You could have just went on about your everyday life and moved on. And like you claim, you don't care, you're not interested. So you could have just moved on and not said anything, but you chose to watch portions of the video and click through parts and get angry without listening with an open heart and an open mind. And that is your choice, right? That's your choice. But again, what are you talking about?
Because I'm watching you you're watching her rewrite history right now. That's what we're watching. I don't know.
So again, guys, I want y'all to be like, that's why I did it the way I did, because I want y'all to be the actual judge, okay? Did I or did I not show chronologically the issue between me and Carrie Ann? I started all the way from the beginning, like the day before this, where we actually fell out. I even went as far as going into how we would have issues in our chat, how we would, there was various things like that. And then I went down to how we became diplomatic. I talked about this conversation, and then how we went into texting each other and calling each other, how she had that video where she was crying, and how we became friendly and friends, and we started talking behind the scenes much more. And I showed y'all all of that. And then I also showed y'all the same day she was texting me, telling me how great I am, she went live talking shit about me. I showed y'all that. I showed y'all how she the next day was talking more shit. And then I showed y'all how I brought her on my panel to confront her about it. So again, what are you talking about, Carrie? You're really bodying yourself. You need to go look at the video or just leave it alone. Like, it's one or the other.
I don't know if her hours and hours of video show me rewriting any fucking history, but we watching Miss T. Pre write history, right?
So again, is it y'all lying eyes that saw this? Okay. I mean, who rewrote history? Where did I rewrite the history? Y'all be the judge. Y'all tell me.
Yeah.
To you. Okay.
So I just want to get to the bottom of, do you think it's true that I tried to cancel Photon? Do you think it's true I start power struggles with other women? Do you think it's true that I tried to force you to be a feminist?
Okay, so I don't know if I said that you tried to.
She did, and she's sitting here acting like she didn't say it now. I'm on Allen's, and she's still like.
So wait a minute. How are you going to answer for me? Play the video. Why wouldn't you just play? Because I literally answered that question, but you tried to answer for me and spin the narrative the way you want it to be instead of listening to my actual answer.
Like, what? Tried to force you to be a feminist? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, which Miss T. Pre do it be on the line? Which one is it? The one that think I'm trying to push feminism on everybody, or the one who don't?
Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this shit?
And I mean, I don't hate men.
What?
I have issues with men, but me and most men do all right. To try to weaponize that against me, because I'm gonna show receipts from when Miss T. Pre went off on me, and you tell me with all that 2 hours of video, you tell me if it seemed like Miss T. Pre went off because of that shit I was talking about Sha Kim, or if she finally got enough about me talking shit about everybody else. Let's look at the timing of when she went off on me and see who be rewriting history.
Okay, honey. But finish this video first. To cancel Photon, or that you tried to force me to be a feminist. But as far as the power struggles, I will talk. Now hold on. Let me just go back because she cut me off and tried to give y'all a bunch of word salad. I told her I don't recall telling anybody that anything about the stuff that she just said about this photon shit and about the feminist shit. All right. Talk to you about that privately. I'll have an email with you. I told her that she does do power struggles with women. I told y'all that in the video yesterday. And I told her that I would end up talking to her and giving her more of an understanding of what I meant by that privately. That way we wouldn't be out here explaining that to the sector. Okay. Now keep in mind, there was also like D. Durrell did a live that same day talking about like the mammies are fighting, okay, or something like that. So that also was another reason why I wanted to get ahead of this. You know what I'm saying? We needed to be on the same page with this shit. But for the public, no, Carrie Ann ain't no fucking power strugglist. Okay, I'm gonna just say that. I don't think that overall. I don't think that. And I don't think she's in a power struggle with me. Okay, I don't. And I want to make that clear. And like I said, there are things that I might say out of anger because I'm fucking human. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a god, yeah, but I'm also human at the same time. And you know, I be saying shit that I don't mean. Okay, so no, I don't think you're in a power. So that's the red herring right there, because I say stuff I don't mean if I'm angry, like any other human being does, like she does, like you do, like everybody else does. That doesn't mean I lied on her, right? What is she talking about? Or struggle with me, but I will talk to you about what that meant. Okay, and we can talk about that privately.
I just want to be clear.
And I can actually pull that email up and show y'all what I said to her privately, because I did make it very clear to her what I meant. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to do that. I really don't want to show our emails. I might post it. I might not. I don't know. I'll think about that. But I'll say this. I really did explain in depth with her what I meant about the power struggle thing. And I'd like her to, she can show it if she wants to, or I'll show it. But again, like I said, yes, you really do go through you deal with, you really do power struggle with women and various people in the sector. But at that particular moment and in this conversation, I want y'all to take into context the full story, okay? At the time, this was during the time where we were all arguing with D. Durrell over the 4C hair. D. Durrell was calling the women mammies in the sector, and we were trying to keep the women on the same page, okay? So I was trying to be as diplomatic as possible with Carrie. I was trying to be that way for the public and everything else. So I was trying to say a lot of things to try to get past this as well, and and try to work this out as much as we can. I wanted to apologize for cussing her out the way that I did and just, kind of go on from there. But she wanted me to explain in depth why I said what I said about photon. Like why, like it was the photon thing that she really wanted me to fully explain. And I'm like, I don't know. I said that because I was mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't say it because I really want to suck his dick or something. Like I don't know what answer she wanted from me, but sometimes you just say stuff when you're in an argument just out of anger. It's not because you really mean it, you know what I mean, or whatever. Like you just say stuff out of anger. Am I right or wrong? Like y'all be the judge. But again, this is the red herring that she's trying to throw out and say that, oh, I admitted to lying on her and I admitted to it, and she had to force me to tell the world that I lied on her. And I'm like, where's the lies? What are you talking about?
I have my personal vendettas with people who came at me and they had to learn the hard way. I'm not these bitches they used to. You're not going to treat me like you treated all that, period. So yeah, I will answer a challenge to my authority from a bitch I don't respect. I absolutely will. Just like women have challenged my authority who I do respect, like Brown Sugar Baby. So I reserve the right to pop back at any bitch. But I ain't starting nothing with nobody. The closest I came to starting anything was with Stargate, and I just didn't want to talk to her dumb ass anymore. It had nothing to do with trying to tear her down or take her spot. That never happened.
Right. So I think we've all had that same feeling about her, though.
Right. So
and even Scarlett. That's why I said what I will tell you you'll understand more when we talk. And that's, you know what, there's people in the sector like Muslim and other men and stuff like that who know to not go live talking and saying something on a panel. I just can take something much better if I know you have my personal information and you have actual direct contact to me.
But the message wasn't for you. I was telling the men why I.
But you mentioned me.
Right, it was about you.
But do y'all see how that was? Like, y'all saw the video yourself, how she was like really amped up over the fact that I was going to have this video. And then when it came to what it came to, now it's, oh, well, the video wasn't about you. Yes, it was about me. That's why I went off on you the way I did. That's why I came on the panel to begin with, because you were literally talking about me. You mentioned Miss T. Pre and her video multiple times. So this is what I'm talking about with you, Carrie, about shit you don't see and how you spin shit and it ends up being whatever you think it is in your mind.
No, what I'm saying is,
you mentioned me in my show.
Huh?
You mentioned me in my show. You were talking
right,
about me directly.
That's what I was talking about. Like, I'm not on the
Exactly. So why are you saying that you weren't talking about me? Because you were. And that's why you got cussed the fuck out.
I can hide my hand. I'm saying Miss T. Pre is doing this thing. Here is why I won't be there. And
and did y'all ever hear her in that video ever once say, well, you know what, guys, Miss T. Pre is having this video, and this is why I'm not going to be there. She never said that. She went off about Flacco, about how black men do this and black men do that, how black men don't give back to the black community, how black men don't give back to their women, and how the women be always protecting them, and how we need to stop protecting these men and we need to hold them accountable. That is what she said. What the hell are you talking about, Carrie? And this is what I mean when I say you have to play the full context of a situation. That you can't just take bits and pieces and make it what you want. You have to take the full context. Because in you saying that and in this little conversation, you can't get anything out of that. But the way that I laid this conversation out and then add this to it, this explains everything. And like I said, this actually corroborates what I'm saying. Can you at least give us a chance? Like, I'm about to send you a link to it, okay? Because can you at least give us a chance to have the damn show before you critique it? Like, can you see what I'm saying? Like, exactly. Like, I hadn't even had the show yet. And this is like the second video she did critiquing the show.
And why that was probably a bad strategy, but my intention was that.
So boom, right there. You can admit when things are, I can admit that was a bad strategy, right? Okay. Because it was.
I can't, it's nothing anybody is going to go up there in thanks to their father or the men in their lives that I'm going to feel comfortable disagreeing with. So I just wanted to make it clear that my issue was the fact of the lack of reciprocity. It had nothing to do with
I understand that.
That's where I was coming from. And I was thinking, I thought we were about to have a good deal.
But months later, she right back to these same fucking talking points. I have not become any more feminist, right? I'm going to show y'all in history, chronologically, like why she ended up going off on me.
And I want y'all to see what she's about to show you.
Like, look, man, she can still do her thing and I can still feel this way, but we still support each other because that's the relationship we've always had. I felt like I didn't expect you to perceive it in the way that you did as me attacking you. I thought, and that's maybe I'm overestimating thinking you're bulletproof, but I just thought that you could take it. And it was just going to be.
Y'all see that shit? Y'all see how she said that? I just thought you could take it. Like, I should be able to say whatever I want about you and to you and the way I feel like it. And you should just be bulletproof and just take it. That is what she's saying. But I'm the one that's got the problem.
Be like, she don't want to be here, but this is me. I'm doing my thing. Like you said, it's not like every woman in the sector is not still going to participate in it. I'm the one singling myself out.
I understand what you're saying. Now let me address the reciprocity thing for me, okay? Because for me, it's like, okay, I wish she had played that. Because,
okay, then it goes on with that. But okay,
but I wish she had played that because, again, like I said, yeah, the reciprocity thing is there's levels to that. Okay, you can't expect quote unquote reciprocity from people who don't really owe you that, and that's what I was trying to say to her. So again, she cut off most of the conversation in this video, and then we'll go ahead and let her play the rest of this bullshit.
Looking at her, and it look, like I said, if anybody in the chat want to tell me, because I couldn't take too much more, right? If anybody want to pop in the chat and tell me if she showed the part in any of them 2 fucking hours of tapes and revealing my text messages and everything she felt she needed to do that had nothing to do with this shit.
It had everything to do with it because, again, you have been, like you're still doing, spinning narrative after narrative after narrative after narrative, and I was able to show the facts.
Did she show the part where I rewrote history?
Yes,
I did. Did she show that part?
Yes, I did. I showed it for the whole 2 hours.
Because I didn't see that part.
Well, you must not have watched the video.
I don't see no part where I said a bunch of shit about her. I mean, just because I was upset. I ain't see that part.
Shouldn't have. No, that's not rewriting history. That you rewrote history by acting like I did something to you and you are the victim. Had to pay.
So,
girl, what a mess. Shakim has his own mental health issues, like a lot of other people. I root for him. So do y'all see how she is literally halfway into the video and she's just going off of these emails? That's it. She's not going into anything we talked about prior to that. Any of the other stuff that happened prior to that. Like, we're a whole hour into the video now. Girl, so you're just going to skip over all that?
So I'm trying to see the date on this email that she needed to show to people. These emails are going around August 26th.
No,
right?
It was
August 26th.
No. And I mean, so August 26th was the day that Breaking the Culture sent those emails to me. The dates on those emails are June 22nd. Okay. And the June 22nd was important because she went live. She was going live talking about that whole situation with Breaking the Culture prior to that. And I mean, after that, like prior to the August 16th date. Okay. But the August 16th date is the day she started putting my name into it. All right. And spinning this whole thing about a shout into the void. And I wanted to show y'all that just literally 6 weeks prior, it was a whole different conversation. And keep in mind the text message that I showed y'all as well. I'm about to pull that up again. Keep in mind that the text message that I showed y'all was actually way into August. Okay. She actually was saying the same thing. If I still got it up here, I might have taken them down. Oh no, it's right here. She was still saying the very same thing in August. So hold on, let me get the right one up. Put the wrong one up. This is the first text message from June, but this is the last one, okay? And this is the one prior, where in July and August, she was still talking shit behind the scenes about Shakim. Like, we're not going to pretend that this was back in July when she was talking shit about Shakim, like late July. So again, like, what are you talking about? So again, stop trying to spin narratives on me. Oh, hold on. Let me move this message so you guys can see that better. But again, stop trying to spin narratives on me and actually see for yourself. Y'all can see for yourselves. I showed y'all the dates. I showed y'all the timestamps and everything. She been still talking shit about Shakim way after June 22nd. So again, what are you talking about, Carrie? But we're going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to remove this real quick. And then we're going to go ahead and continue. Because like I said, you're not going to keep spinning narratives about me and keep making shit up.
Just the fact she don't work for me, right? Why I'm exchanging emails with her about this shit, because the whole time this shit didn't make no sense to me. Like, both of these people.
But that's not what she said. She had a very clear answer on how she felt. And she sent that to Breaking the Culture. She didn't send that to me.
could read and write.
Although she had things to say to me too. I have those emails too.
I don't seem to understand why, even if there was a misunderstanding, this shit just really rubbed me the wrong way. What was that show about?
But is that what she said in these emails? Like, just stop it. That ain't what you said. Like, you keep jumping over what really happened and making up what you want it to be in your head all while you're going along. Like, I'm just showing you what you do.
She's talking about. I don't know. Miss T Pre did some show where she was breaking down all the videos exchanged between me and her and every email I ever sent her, except for the one where she admitted she had been lying on me because she was in her feelings, right?
What? Show that email that I did that. And secondly, again, I didn't show any emails between me and you. I showed the emails you sent to Breaking the Culture because it was in reference to this conversation. Also, I showed all of our text messages because it also was in reference to the conversation. But I never showed all of our emails. We have much more of those that I haven't showed y'all.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm just about to go over to my page.
So again, show this email where I didn't show where I was going off on you. Show that. I lied on you.
And show y'all when I started making videos about Shakim. So we could see when she actually went off on me. Right. I mean, first, let me look real, see if the video, let me see if the video's still up from when she went off on me. Let's see if it was because she cared about what I said about P or Stargate or Scarlet or
I want y'all to watch
anybody else.
I really want y'all to watch this shit.
Anybody's children. Let's see what it was that motivated Miss T Pre to turn on Carrie. Let's see. Hold on. She might just took it down. Oh, here, Carrie's really the victim. This says 3 months ago, okay? No, or is this was her? She been throwing salt on my name since then. Oh, the lying assholes. Yeah, that's when I started making shows about them.
Now hold on.
Now she made this on what date was this? August 21st. This.
Now keep that date in mind. August 21st. When I made this video, okay, the Lioness Hose, Carrie and the Lioness Hose Secktah, okay? I made that video in response to a video she made about me. And the video is still on her video, it's still on her panel. I mean, still on her show. And it's called The Lioness Hose, them Lioness Hose, that's what it's called. So I called this video Lioness Hose Secktah or something like that. And her video was done like 2 or 3 days before this video. And she's actually, dummy, gonna show you that. So while she's saying, I'm out here attacking her and I'm coming for her and I fell out with her because of these things, again, I'm only responding to this bitch. But let's go ahead. Let's play this shit.
Was streamed, right? So that's around August 21st. But the videos, on her video, she was showing emails to make it look like I co-signed this bullshit they did, right? Showing these emails where I'm like, I'm cracking jokes about Shakim and him being dusty and stupid. And I was at first, like I said, at first I was going for it. But the more they talk, the dumber that shit sounds.
But do you see how you just brush over? Yeah, I was, but yeah, I'm not taking no responsibility for that. But yeah, the reason why is because when y'all started talking more, like, but that's not what you were saying the whole time. Like, literally, you had an issue with breaking the culture. You didn't have no issue with me. You didn't have no issue with a shouting to the void. You didn't have no issue with what was happening with Shakim. You just had an issue with breaking the culture, and you decided to go live and use that situation to, you know, and to coattail off of that situation as if, you now all of a sudden you were so concerned with Shakim's well-being, okay? But literally, I showed a video again last night of before I actually cussed you out the second time. I showed where you went live talking that same shit, but then talking about how smart I am, how intelligent I am, how great I am, how wonderful I am, and you would never want to fall out with me, and I am so awesome. Until I put you in your place the next morning, then the next day, now I'm the villain. So again, no, Carrie Ann, I'm going to need you to watch the video.
Found it. right? So these emails, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this now. Can y'all see this? These emails are like June 22nd and shit, where she's telling me this bullshit, right? And like I said, this ain't my beef, but for
So you see, you saying June 22nd, where she's telling me this bullshit. But your answer to this quote unquote bullshit was what you said about Shakim. That was your response. And again, the only reason I showed that is because, like I said, you're out here spinning this narrative that you really fuck with Shakim and that you really care about his well-being and that you really care about what happens to him. And at first, you were using the Photon situation and what happened with Photon to say we need to get behind Shakim. And then you twisted it because Breaking the Culture was cool with Photon and they going out to New York and all this stuff. Y'all fell out. You started adding that to it. And then you were adding me and D. Durrell and everything else. And you did that for a couple of days before I finally confronted you on my panel.
For her to be painting out the narrative about me that I'm trying to get the women to unite against the men, then how come I went at her over a man?
And where do y'all, listen, I'm going to say that again. Where have I done that? Where have I made a campaign and said that Carrie is trying to go against the men? What is she talking about? This is what I mean. It's like, I can't even fathom the stuff she be talking about. And she wants me to answer questions that never happened. I never said anything like that to her. So I don't know what she means. But again, like I said, she gets with y'all, she gets out on her show, and she literally spins these narratives that only Santa Claus can believe, because I don't know what she be talking about. But I can't respond to something that I don't know about.
So is this the one, whether she want to say, oh, I don't talk about her that much, she been dropping a lot of slanderous allegations about me. And
what slanderous allegations have I dropped about you? What are you talking about? Again, here go another narrative, right?
Trying to throw salt on my name, right? When in reality, I'm the only woman that went at her about what she did to Shakim. And again, it's true that Shakim forgave her. But people forgive people all the time for any number of various reasons. I don't speak for Shakim. I ain't trying to start nothing between them. If she ain't doing no wrong, this really shouldn't even be no thorn in her side. It ain't nothing. I'm just talking.
No, it was a thorn in my side because you called yourself a friend of mine. You're texting me, emailing me, contacting me. We're talking on a regular basis, phone conversations and everything. And you're trying to go live on YouTube and talk shit about me in public, all while you're spinning the whole narrative that you're spinning to the public, to me, a completely different way behind the scenes. That was my problem with you. So let me make that clear again to you.
Shit, right? If I just take one thing and run with it, allegedly, right? That's what I do. I don't be right a lot of the time. You just want to, just because I called you out on this Shakim shit, you want to just paint me out, right? Now you got this piece shit, you using your opportunity to discredit me, like everything I said was false. No, let me show you.
Now, how did I become responsible for what happened with her and P? P's the one that said T Pre is the one that gets it. I didn't say that. He said that. Okay. And I did get it because I understood. I'm in this situation with you right now. I literally get narrative after narrative spun on me every time you open your mouth about me. You did it twice today now. You did it on Alan's panel and now you did it on yours. And everybody's going to watch.
Oh, y'all, when I started going off about Shakim, it wasn't at the same time I was going back and forth with Miss T Pre. I'm not a fake bitch. I'm just not. At no point was I laughing about what happened between her and Shakim after I finally realized they was lying.
No, you realized that you were mad at breaking the culture of silence, and you were going back and forth with her over the photon situation. And that is why you tried to take sides with Shakim and tried to throw breaking the culture under the bus, tried to talk shit about her. And then you tried to spin that whole narrative about her coming between me and Shakim and said how wonderful I am and how great I am and how great Shakim is and all this other stuff, all the while you saying something different behind the scenes. So what are you talking about? And I showed that evidence. So you're looking stupid right now.
Right? So here it is, questions about New York. When did this show air?
Now look at the dates.
This was oops.
Yeah,
Hold on,
oops.
how did I see this? Oh, what'd I just do?
Just watch this shit.
Hold on. 1 second. Let me figure this out. Yeah. And then after that is when Miss T-Pre went off on me. So all this talk about...
So she was supposed to show y'all evidence of this, right? She just shut that off completely and just kept the narrative up. Just said, no, fuck that. I ain't even going to show y'all no evidence. I'm just going to keep talking shit and just keep going in. And hopefully y'all believe me. Even though y'all seen the evidence of what really happened, just believe me anyway. That's literally what she's trying to say.
About her getting sick of me because I'm a feminist or I'm so negative or I hate men. These are all lies. Like,
now, when did y'all hear me in that video say that I hate Carrie Ann because she's a feminist and she's this and I never said any of that shit. Like I said, I showed y'all chronologically how me and this bitch fell the fuck out. That's what I did.
Like, the same time she went off on me is the same time I was talking about them lying. And here it is, questions about New York, okay? I ain't got no reason to lie. This is why she went off on me. It ain't have nothing to do with me being no fucking feminist. And it's so disappointing to me.
But this is how stupid you sound right now. Because everybody who watched that video, right, knows that I was never mad at you about being a feminist. That was one portion of that video. One part where I actually cussed you out after we were on that first panel, okay? After we were arguing about me having a positive show about Black men, you feeling some type of way about that, me getting muted, me jumping on my panel and me cussing you out. That is what you're referencing to. Like, there was like a whole another hour and a half of video after that. What are you talking about, Carrie? And I only mentioned the feminist part one time. I just simply said, I'm not a feminist. That's what I said in that video. That's what I said in that part. And I'm not. So I'm not mad at you and never been mad at you because you're a feminist. What are you talking about?
To see her.
But this is what I mean when I say you don't listen. Conversations with you are one-sided. You only hear what you hear. You only can comprehend what you're thinking. It's never about anybody. It's never an actual conversation. It's never an exchange. It's always you. And that's it. And that's what it's always been. But when I give you facts and evidence, you don't even want to look at the facts. You'd rather say, fuck the facts. Just believe me and what I say.
Rehash these same talking points she just apologized for and admitted weren't true. And just because she don't like me.
And again, how did I apologize and admit it wasn't true? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't admit that I lied on you and all this other stuff. What are you talking about? I said I can admit that I say things I don't mean when I'm angry. That doesn't mean I lied. Like, I was angry and I cussed you the fuck out. Yes, I said if I wanted to suck Photon's dick, I would have. Okay, I didn't really mean that. I don't really want to suck Photon's dick. Okay, so yes, that is an argument. That's something I said within the argument that I didn't mean. But that's what I mean by I said that's a red herring, because you're trying to use that one little portion to try to justify your behavior.
It's just like before, she picking up talking points. That shit is upsetting to me. This woman pretended to be my friend for a long time.
But do you see how again, the victim, right? What are you talking about, Carrie?
So it's, damn it, I did it again.
Yes,
What's
you
wrong
did
with me?
again.
Hold on. I'm trying to show the date. It says 3 months ago. Is this what I need? It seemed like they done changed the format or something. I can't figure it out. Oh, August 22nd. Okay.
Now that was questions about New York.
Emails was being exchanged with her in July, right?
And in July,
about what happened with Shaq.
And y'all can go and do your own Secktah history, because of between July and August is when her and Breaking the Culture fell out, and she felt some type of way about Breaking the Culture being up in New York with Photon. And then they got the going back and forth, and they continued to go back and forth, and that was part of the issue over when they really fell out over that karmic debt shit. It was that on top of, you know, this whole situation with Photon. So yeah,
him and everything. I was playing, sorry. But
I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I'm spinning the narrative. That didn't happen. I think the karmic debt situation happened, and then the New York with Carrie, with Photon happened. So yeah, but this is all like pretty chronological. Like it's all close in time. It's not like, you know, Carrie said all this shit in that email in January or something, and then by the end of the year she had a different point of view. That's not what happened. Literally, it was the Photon situation happened, and she switched ships and jumped ships because of that. That's what happened.
This is when she started going off on me, right? So this is August 22nd, and Miss T Pre's channel.
Now, her first video she showed was August 19th, right? And then August 22nd is when I did a video. Okay, so again, I am responding to her. She's not responding to me. I'm responding to her. Now, mind you, the August 19th video was the day after August 18th, which was the day I kicked her off my panel and cussed her the fuck out.
When Miss T Pre went off on me.
Or with my life.
It wasn't over no fucking
complaining about how two women run.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't listen to her read all our private emails because I don't see what that has to do with the.
And that's the point, Carrie. I didn't even read our private emails. I read an email between you and Breaking the Culture, again, showing context of what you were really saying versus what you were saying on these videos. Okay? So you need to go watch the video before you actually make commentary on it. You can't. This is what I mean. The time when we first fell out, right? And I had this video. I was going to have this video on positive reinforcements from Black men. I hadn't even had the video yet, and here you were critiquing the video. You are critiquing this video, and you haven't even watched it. But this is what happens with you.
The fact that she claimed that I'm the one that be rewriting history when she the one that be lying.
But again, what did I lie about? Where's the lies? What lies?
And again, she apologized to Shakim.
Because again, if you're calling the lies, quote unquote, the red herring of meaning when I said sometimes I say things when I'm mad that I don't mean, then okay. But honey, I never lied. Okay, that's not a lie. That's literally angry and saying something you don't mean.
But she never come. Did she ever come out and admit she was lying on him? Like, where are these videotapes of him lying?
And again, here we go. Jumping up in something, throwing up a whole another red herring, throwing up something else to take the heat off of herself. Like I said, me and Shakim are good. We have a full understanding of the videos, of the situation, the contracts, the whole shouting to the void, the everything. We have a full understanding of that. Full understanding. We talk on the phone and every motherfucking thing. And we've talked on the phone several times since then. So what are you talking about, Carrie? Again, you try to throw anything you can at me to do anything that you think is going to stick. Again, that situation has nothing to do with you. So what are you talking about? Oh, where's the videos of this? Where's the videos from Shakim and this? That has nothing to do with you.
Where are these contracts of him lying? And again,
and you're saying I'm lying and I lied on Shakim. But Shakim is not saying that. You're going live saying that. Shakim is not saying that. So have you asked Shakim? Or you're just speaking for Shakim? Because like he said this morning, nobody has to speak for him. Did you even hear him say that? Shout out to my brother Shakim.
It's false to make it look like I've been trying to start something with Miss T Pre and I'm trying to get something going with her. Have I not been over here eating my food in the Carrie sector, minding my business?
Have you not been over there talking about how I'm a lying asshole and how I'm this and I've lied on you and I keep lying and I'm this and I keep doing this and I keep doing that and I'm not trustworthy and I'm all this other stuff? You've been doing that, bitch. The fuck you talking about?
Did she not do a publicity stunt and pretend all of a sudden to start caring about P after she ain't never say shit about nothing I said about?
See, this is what I'm talking about. Spinning that narrative again. This was a show that y'all were on. And I was in a chat room and I was responding like everybody else in that chat. And Carrie, I was actually standing up for you in that chat. And anybody that was in that chat can vouch for that. So again, here you are spinning narratives and don't know what you're talking about.
Him? Did she not do a publicity stunt and pretend to care about P and throw my name all in it and saying this and that about me when all she ever...
But see, here you went with throwing this and that and saying this and that. Say what I said. Be specific, because what are you talking about? Or again, spinning more narratives.
Had against me was when I didn't want to go to her one party. Again, she the one trying to bully me into going along with the women.
Where did y'all see in that video? Because I showed y'all my full video, right? Of what I said I would like to do. And I showed y'all Carrie Ann's video and how Carrie Ann was carrying on about the whole idea of the video in the first place and how I went on her panel and talked to her about it. What is she talking about? Y'all saw that for yourself.
I can get on my channel. She's saying all this shit like, if she come on my channel, block her, and she can't tell me what to do.
So clearly the only part of this video she saw is the part where I literally cussed her the fuck out after that conversation, right? When I went on my panel and cussed her the fuck out, because I did say that. I was like, make sure y'all fucking block her if she try to come in here and try to say anything, because I had just left her show. So I didn't know if she was going to come over there and try to talk shit all in the chat room and shit, but that wouldn't have did nothing but piss me off even more. And as you can hear in my voice, I was angry. Okay, so I ain't need to be no more angry, and I just blocked this bitch if she tried to come in here. That's what I said. So you only heard that one part of this video. This is what I mean.
I'm on my channel minding my motherfucking business, saying what I think about a party where women celebrate men and don't get the same in return.
Okay, and at that time, I was constantly frequenting your show as you were frequenting mine, okay? And you were mentioning my name and my show that I was doing. Like, you actually mentioned that. Y'all see the gaslighting that this bitch be doing?
How is that trying to tell people what to do? When did I ever? Yeah. So this right here, this response to my video, lying assholes. Let's see what the date is. Was it July?
No.
Let's see. August 21st.
Oh, so that means that I did a response video to your August 19th video of the lying ass hoes. Because like I said, y'all, I showed y'all yesterday that she did this video talking about how I wasn't her friend. Right now, I'm not your friend. And she didn't realize that, I wasn't her friend. And the sector has taught her that a couple times. Again, her being the victim. Then she actually admitted, yeah, I called you childish, but so what, basically, right? Like I showed y'all all that, and I showed y'all how that went from what she said in that video, right? How she went from how I was perfectly wonderful 2 days prior until I kicked her off my panel and cussed her the fuck out. And then she said I weaponized Photon against her. Okay. Now I am going to show y'all a part of that video that I didn't show y'all yesterday, because I need y'all to hear what I did say, because I did cuss her the fuck out. I really did. But I also gave her full context of that prior to that cuss out. So she was very well aware of that. But let's go ahead and finish with this, because I ain't got much time. I actually got to go. So, but let me go ahead and finish this up real quick, and then I'm going to show y'all what I said. And then again, we're going to lay this to fuck the rest. If you're either going to watch the video and take some responsibility, or not watch it at all. But don't try to act like, you watched it and this is the response you're giving. Stop it, because you look stupid. Take some time.
And y'all can go back and watch this shit yourself. I ain't got a lot of time to be watching no irrelevant shit.
Which is funny, because you pulled it up. You pulled it up. You proved on your own video that this is a reaction to you. Okay? And you decided, nope, I'm not going to play it. I'm not even going to play it. Like, I'm going to bring it up and spin it whatever way I want to, but I'm not going to let the people hear what she actually said in response to me, because that was a reaction video I did.
And so, yeah, she was responding to the lying ass hoes. That's where it came from.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. Yes, bitch. That's what I was doing, responding to you, because you were on this campaign spinning narrative after narrative after narrative about me, saying that I've been lying on you. It went from I'm not you. I was the perfect person, a wonderful woman, to you didn't never want to have no beef with me, to, you know what? Maybe she really wasn't my friend after I cussed you the fuck out. And then down to now, yeah, she's a liar. She lied on everything, and everything that had and then it's this where you're at now. And I'm sick of it. And I'm going to stay on your neck about it.
It was the one the day before. My fault.
So my fault. My fault. Yeah, look at you filibustering in your own video. You should have watched my video and actually listen to the full context of the video and then give a response. Because then and only then could you give an educated response.
I had showed the one that I responded to this one, because yeah, I said what I said. So let's be clear, right? Either way, it's August 20th.
Do y'all see how she just jumped across that?
First, August 22nd. That is when Miss T Pre fell out.
No, that is not true. I showed y'all when we fell out. We fell out. She went live that August 16th, went live August 17th, and then August 18th was the day I cussed her the fuck out. So what is she talking about? See, y'all see how I was able to show y'all, and I have to, the reason why I showed y'all those text messages, I showed y'all the emails, and I showed y'all the videos, and I showed y'all the dates, because I knew she was going to do this. If I didn't show y'all the chronological order of that, she would take this and throw this and toss this in a bowl and make this a whole motherfucking fruit salad. And make it whatever date she wanted it to be. And make it whatever she wanted to be. But I wasn't going to let her do that. I showed y'all chronologically how everything took place.
To do with that 2-hour gaslighting session she put on about all the flaws of personality. And
now, where in that video did y'all see me talking about her flawed personality and I just went in on that? No, I showed y'all her own words and her own videos. Y'all can go over there and tell her for yourself, because clearly she don't understand. She really think I'm making this shit up. So, but she wouldn't think that if she actually watched the video or ignored the video.
All my issues with men and all my issues with feminism. She is a fucking liar.
Now, again, who's the liar? Where did I tell y'all? I just went in on Carrie Ann yesterday about her issues with men and her issues with feminism. No, I showed y'all chronologically how me and her fell out. It happened to be so that in those videos, she was showing y'all her issues with men and her issues with being a feminist. That's the stuff that she was talking about. What that got to do with me? How is that my fault? What you're talking about?
That's on y'all.
So again, she just spun that narrative again.
So can I?
How many narratives has this bitch spun in this one in 31 minutes? How many narratives has she spun?
Be wrong? Was I wrong about P? Yeah, I was wrong. But I ain't always wrong, and I definitely ain't wrong about what happened between me and Miss T.
Don't want to be here. That me.
The lying assholes video, I'm gonna show you the date on it, and you tell me if you go to Miss T Pre channel and see her checking me about feminism or men or being toxic.
Do y'all see how she's like making up a whole nother situation between us? I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. I had an issue with how we fell out. So again, you need to watch the video or not care.
Or negative.
Because again, you look stupid.
Anything else. Before I started talking shit about Shakim. And then you tell me who's the goddamn liar. Okay. You tell me who the fuck be rewriting history. Right, so this was her jumped up talking shit about me. That's what happened. August 19th. That is why Miss T Pre fell out.
So do y'all see where she showed y'all that the video is called Lying Hoes, right? And it's dated August 19th. And then she had went to my channel just a minute ago and showed y'all a video that says lying assholes and it says, Carrie, you're not the victim, or is Carrie really the victim? This was August 22nd, according to her video. So that is a reaction video to you. Hello, you have been talking about me. And this video you did with the lying hoes on August 19th was the day after I kicked you off my motherfucking panel and cussed you the fuck out for talking shit.
Out with me.
Obviously, I know that you're.
But go ahead and watch her spin these narratives.
Trying to be a leader.
Miss C Pre was doing a show. It had been negativity, and she was gonna do a show just to thank all the men in their lives for women to get up in the sector and talk about all the amazing men they do, which to me didn't make no goddamn sense because don't none of my daddy and cousins and none of no shit like that watch the fucking sector, and I don't need to perform gratitude to men who ain't even listening, right?
But do y'all see how do y'all see the visceral that she has for me wanting to do a positive video about Black men? That's not me giving off that visceral. That's her. How is that my fault that she's coming off this way? How are you spinning this on me?
Okay. So I thought it was it wasn't no shit I was gonna be a part of. I ain't say shit and nobody do it, right? But I gave my take. And if she ain't like me over that, she could have said so. But
didn't I tell her on her show? Like, what is she talking about? If I didn't like her over that, I could have said so. I did. I got on your panel and I showed that video to the sector.
Oh, I said all that stuff about not liking you and being a feminist and this and this and this, but I didn't really mean it. I was upset.
But do you see how she spun that? I never said that. I told her I don't recall saying anything about you being a feminist or about the photon thing or anything. I said that specifically. So again, who's the fucking liar?
Some other motherfucker get to talking when I'm mad. Right?
Wrong. You're putting words in my mouth. Wrong.
And then she get mad a couple of months later, and she sat there right on Alan's show and told me she didn't know what I was talking about, her complaining about me being a feminist. Or
where did you still haven't shown where I complained about you being a feminist. I just said, you're a feminist and I'm not. That's what I said.
Trying to make the women a feminist. Go watch that 2 hours.
And I said that in that video where I cussed you the fuck out for feeling some type of way about me having a video about Black men.
Ass video on me and show me what to tell you. Tell me what the first 10 minutes is her complaining about. If it ain't about me being a fucking feminist, tell me what it is. So, like I said,
Carrie Ann, everybody who watched that video can vouch that I did not spend 10 minutes of that video arguing and being mad about you being a feminist. What, again, you didn't watch the video.
Miss T. Pre is fake. I don't even think she that bad a person. I think she'd be lying to herself. I think if she would have looked.
But again, I'm fake, but you haven't watched to see the receipts. Everybody else has watched them. While you yelling and convincing the sector to believe they're lying, don't believe their lying eyes and their lying ears, okay? While you're trying to convince them of such, you should just watch the video yourself, because you're really looking dumb.
Look down deep all them months back, she'd have been like, I don't like this bitch. But either she ain't wanna accept that she ain't like me. She thought it reflected.
And it's funny because tonight I thought we had made some progress, because you actually said maybe I have overreacted to T-Pri. And I said, okay, I was willing to leave it at that. If you feel like you really did overreact, you don't want to, we ain't got to be friends, but you were willing to say, you know what, maybe I did overreact to her. And you did. And instead of you just really taking that responsibility, like I said last night, you can never be wrong. You just never want to be wrong about anything. And somebody has to pin you down and prove to you that you're wrong. And you still will run all over the place and spin this and spin that and say this and say that. You done made up so many more new lies about me just in this video, instead of just watching the video, like literally. Because like I said, this is painful listening to you trying to convince the sector not to believe me when in act they saw the evidence of it. It's not like I just talked about you for 2 hours. I showed them evidence. And you skip over that and be like, yeah, I was talking shit on Shakim and shit, but so what? So what? That was your word. So what?
Poorly on her if she couldn't be cool with a feminist, maybe. Or maybe she really is as political as I think she might be, where I was just convenient for a time.
So you see, this is 2 new narratives that she created in less than 30 seconds.
Just like she cool with Shakim again now that it's convenient, now that she not doing that show no more. Maybe I was just convenient at the time.
Right. That's the reason why me and him are cool again. Yep. See how she speaks for me and speaks for Shakim?
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But I just want to be clear. I was reacting to the audacity of this history rewriting bitch trying to put on a show like I be rewriting history. So,
but instead of you watching the show to see if I actually showed evidence of that, you'd rather just get on here and yell to the sector and try to force them to just believe you, even though they saw the video.
I know she did a whole little 2-hour fest for y'all. People don't like me to just be like, yeah, I don't like Carrie, right? But could somebody give me the timestamp in that video where Carrie's rewriting history about Miss T. Pri? Because I just gave y'all a video of her doing it to me.
Well, y'all go ahead and give her the timestamp, because the timestamp is the whole fucking video, right? Like, pretty much the whole video I showed where you rewrote history.
And it didn't take 2 hours. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm gonna just drop the mic right there, and I don't have nothing else to say about her, right? I don't have nothing else to say about her. Wasn't saying nothing about her. Wasn't thinking about her. The only time I spoke about Miss T. Pri recently was to defend her against people calling her ugly, which she is not. And I'm not comfortable with multiracial people coming into a Black space and picking one of the darkest skinned women to start ridiculing her features. See, I'm not a fake bitch.
I respect that. And you know what? I've actually stood up for you the same way. That's the reason why I gave you a flattering photo on that thumbnail. I didn't try to put you up there looking all crazy and nothing like that. I think you're a beautiful woman. But you have lied on me multiple times, and you're still doing it. Instead of just watching the video, you're still doing it. I've stood up for you multiple times, Carrie Ann, the same way. But what I refuse to do is let you paint this narrative because you just don't want to be wrong. I'm not letting you do that. I'm going to stay right on your motherfucking neck about that.
Right and wrong don't change with the weather or whether or not I like you. I don't say shit about people I don't mean when I'm angry.
What? Bitch, please. Everybody in the motherfucking world gets angry and says shit they don't fucking mean. Bitch, that means you're not human. What are you then? Like, get the fuck out my face with this tall order shit. Like, you acting like, you trying to hold me to some standards you wouldn't hold yourself to. Like, stop it. I'm human. Humans say things they don't fucking mean when they mad at each other. Period. You said a lot of shit that I'm sure you didn't fucking mean.
A bitch like that is really gonna have to prove it to me, where I'll be rewriting history, or she could pull.
Okay, well, I've already proven it to the Secktah. So it's up to you whether you choose to watch the video. Okay. But yelling back and forth at the Secktah and yelling back and forth at me and continuing to push the narrative is not going to convince anybody, because I put out facts. I put out evidence, and I did it for this reason. I did it because I didn't want to do a back and forth exchange. I didn't want to say, well, no, you said this and you said that. And you'd be like, nah, I didn't say that. I said this. And y'all be like, no, I didn't. You said that. And we just doing that back and forth. No. We're going to put this right to rest. I'm going to show y'all dates, timestamps, text messages. Here goes some emails. Here go all of this in connection to the conversation that she's having on these videos, and then my video, and then her video. That's what I did. So you need to go and watch that. I am not going to keep going back and forth with you, Carrie Ann, and keep trying to figure out a way to, to make this softer for you to accept. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And it's not the first time I went through this with you. So again, stop making up these narratives about me and either listen to the video or don't care.
Politely keep my name out her mouth, because she did start this. I'm not playing a victim. She has been trying to attack my character ever since I was the only one to point out that bullshit she said about Shakim.
And y'all seen that I showed y'all evidence of the opposite.
I wouldn't even be bringing that up.
Like I said, if I didn't show y'all the actual evidence, it would be her word against mine, and she would continue with this bullshit. But now that she know that the facts are out there, she out here filibustering like a motherfucker.
Right now, right? If not for the fact she is out here trying me and lying on me and saying I be doing the shit she be doing. Because I put a $50 offer out there. It still stands. People in the clouds. I will cash app you $50 right now if you hop in my chat. What was it I had put the offer up? What did she accuse me of? Yeah, $50 right now in the next 1 minute. If you can hop in the chat and tell me when I tried to make the women be feminists, or told any women they need to agree with me because they're women.
But do you see how she put that out there? Where did I ever say, Carrie's trying to make all you women be feminists? Where did I ever say that? I want to put $50 out there if y'all can show me that. How about that? $50 for the next person who can show me that I motherfucking said. 1 minute. Y'all got 1 minute. 1 fucking minute.
Or tried to stick the women on any man.
That is another narrative you just spun.
Wait.
I'll wait too, because you ain't going to get that, because that never happened. I never said that.
Or is these just convenient talking points for a fake ass bitch who never.
But again, where are those talking points in that video? You're making this shit up, Carrie, because you don't have anything else to say, because you haven't watched the video. You can't critique something you haven't watched.
Never liked me, right? And who was out here saying the same lies she admitted were lies months ago. Is what she's saying about me true?
And again, what lies did I admit were lies months ago?
Have I only had toxic interactions with Black men? Did I come to the sector to hate Black men?
And I didn't even say that in the video. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is all in her head. This is all in her mind. So she thinks that this is what I said to y'all. I never said any of this shit she's talking about. This is in her head, because this is her guilty conscience.
What did I rally the women to do? The only thing I ever remember rallying the women to do is to discourage doxing, and to discourage people from striking each other's channels.
So again, I never said anything like that in that video. So I'm not sure what you're talking about, but you're arguing points that were never made. I never said any of this shit.
I think that peace bringing is something that women are kind of responsible to try to contribute. And that's why I called on women to contribute.
So you think that peace bringing is what women should contribute, yet you literally felt some type of way when, because that's what this whole thing is about. You literally felt some type of way when I wanted to bring peace to the sector and have the men and the women discuss some positive reinforcements of Black men and various things, that you felt some type of way, like you were really upset about this, to the point where you went live and talked about it while I was in your chat. So do you hear yourself talking? Do you even hear yourself?
With that. No forcing, no ultimatums. You know, I'm not AAS. A nigga ain't got to agree with everything I got to say. I don't even have no use for people who agree with everything I got to say. The worst thing a person could do is agree with everything I got to say.
Okay, so I'm glad she said that, because that kind of proves my point of what I was saying yesterday, and how Carrie Ann always wants to pull me into some type of debate with her. Okay, so if I'm not disagreeing with her, she be in her feelings. Like, it's weird. It's a weird energy that where if I'm not disagreeing with her, or I'm not going in there being polar opposite of whatever, you know, the subject is, then somehow, some way, like, she's calling me out on that. And she did that a couple of times. And I remember telling her, like, well, maybe I just simply don't disagree with you. Maybe I agree with what you're saying. And she's like, well, I don't understand how you can agree with everything. And I'm like, that doesn't mean I agree with everything. It just means I might agree with what you're talking about right now. And then I told her that I might disagree with you on things, but that doesn't mean I have to always tell you I disagree with something. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can have your opinion about something, and I don't have to jump in your chat and tell you I disagree. That's what she wants me to do. She wants me to debate and go back and forth and tell her why I disagree and why, and then we doing this, and then we just having this. And I'm not a debater. I don't do that shit. Like, I just don't. I'm gonna get mad. That's how I am. So I try not to debate with people. But she's always trying to pull me into some type of debate with her.
Never been that dumb to want to be the smartest person in the room. I ain't never been that dumb.
All right, come on, hurry up, Carrie.
I'll make it
I don't know what she said, anything else in here. All right, so look, I'm gonna go ahead and showing
all that stuff.
Okay.
And I did tell her in the chat that I respectfully disagreed with her. Sorry about that. Because and she didn't understand like what I was disagreeing with her about. But
I think he's about to talk about Shakim, and that's irrelevant.
I disagree with her point as to her rationale for I guess getting upset with you, because based on the videos, it seemed like she got upset with you because you said that they were acting like children. And that seemed to be very like...
But that wasn't the full context. Stefan, you admitted after the fact, when you came on my panel last night, you admitted that you didn't hear the full story. So I'm done. I'm not even going to go through this part of it. The bottom line is, I was trying to show y'all that I actually showed a chronological timeline of what actually happened between me and her. I didn't have to make that shit up. I didn't have to lie on her. I didn't have to pretend with anything. I just showed y'all the dates and times of everything that took place between us. That's just the bottom line. So, Stefan, I feel like you're being a little bit messy with that conversation, because you said, I agree with you respectfully, but then when you came on the panel, you said, I didn't mean to say I disagree with you. That's still in the video. I didn't mean to say I disagree with you. I meant to say I can see both of y'all's point. That's what you said. And then then you said, but I didn't understand. It was something you didn't understand. And then once I explained it to you, you said, oh, okay, I didn't hear that part at first. So you know, this is what I'm talking about the messiness sometimes. And I love you, Stefan. You know, you're one of my moderators and everything, but we can't be messy with each other because I'm not going to be messy with you. But anyway, let me show y'all finally what I did say that where she's saying that I weaponized Photon against her, right? She's saying that I weaponized Photon against her, and that you know, this is why she is so hurt and why I'm not her friend, right? Now, keep in mind, y'all remember that she was on the panel and I was trying to help her. I was trying to get her to explain to me why this bitch was talking about me, you know, behind the scenes. I mean, why she's talking about me in public, and she could have said this to me privately. And and her response was basically like, you know, she didn't think it was a big deal. Okay, so I let her know, okay, so if you don't think it's a big deal, let me explain it. And I broke it down to her, telling her, well, if it was Photon and you know what I'm saying? Like if it was you and Photon and I decided to go live and give all this advice, quote unquote, and tell you how you should behave and how you should respond to something, I said, you know, like basically put yourself in my shoes with your situation with Photon and my situation with Shakim. Our situation is our situation. I don't need nobody coming around telling me how I need to do this and what I need to do and how I'm childish and this, especially if you call yourself a friend of mine. I told her all of this on the panel, right? And then she just kept playing it down like she was doing tonight, like she does all the time, just playing it down, acting like it wasn't a big deal. And so I ended up kicking her off the fucking panel. And then I cussed her the fuck out because I was just so fucking heated by that point. I'm going to play that part of it because I really want y'all to hear that. And I think it's important to put that context in the conversation because I don't want it to seem like I'm missing any part of this story. Okay. Like I really want this to be understood that I'm definitely not trying to miss any part of this story. Okay. Is this it right here?
Y'all been acting a whole fool all summer.
Hey, beautiful Bernice. I appreciate you being in the building. You said, hey, little loungers.
Hold on,
you
guys.
said the only truth AAS is holding is her balls. Okay.
Shit.
I'm just saying, like, that's true. But hold on, guys. Let me go back to that again. Let me go back over that again. Trying to find the right one. It was the one where I said, did Carrie Ann really come between me and Shakim? Okay. No. Hold on, guys. Bear with me just a moment. This is almost over. I'm going to do this and then we'll be done. Oh, where is this video? Hold on, guys. Oh, here it is. I got it. All right. So let me get to the part. I think we're at the part now because I think I left it at this part yesterday. Okay, so this is the part where I'm gonna pull it back a little bit so I can show y'all where she got kicked off the panel. Okay.
General advice. I'm just trying to get perspective in general about the fact that y'all are all so powerful and you will be better together. Like, and the chasing.
I'm not fucking with that nigga that's trying to fuck me over. Well, he literally lied on me, lied on my brand, tried to purposely smear my name in these streets. And your answer to me is I should make up with him and be cool with him.
That's what I was trying to say. I feel like something was fishy about that whole story because why would Shakim throw a temper tantrum on spending a couple of $1,000s to go to New York when we all know he'd be traveling regularly, spending thousands of dollars to travel for his own pleasure? Why does it make
you can ask Shakim that question? Why are you asking me?
Well, he didn't go live in response to me. That's why I'm here saying this.
Okay, so again, the situation with me and Shakim is a situation between me and him, and I'm going to handle that situation the way that I feel. Whether if you feel like it's childish, that's on you. But I can say a lot of shit about you and how you handle shit with Photon.
Of
But
course
that's
I
not
do.
my
I'm
point.
just saying,
That's not my,
Photon and me are both,
that's not my business.
me and Photon
At
are
the
both.
end of the day, at the end of the day, you're going to handle him the way that you choose to because you're a woman.
And so will you. Why are you acting like you think me giving my opinion on my own show is me telling you what to do? Like, since when has that been the case? I'm just talking my shit. I said over and over, I'm just speculating. I'm just throwing out theories. This is shit, what shit look like from the outside looking in. Like, that's wrong.
Okay, okay, you know, that's cool. From now on, I'm going to handle shit like that too. Okay? And I want to see if you respond the same way. I'm just going to talk my shit and say how I feel and whatever I think. But if I'm your friend and I'm talking to you behind the scenes about personal shit like this, it wouldn't make sense for me to make you content. Is that correct?
On everything, I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. I am so
Okay.
sorry.
You have a good day.
She had such a problem with YM.
Get out of here. And I was very frustrated at that point. So I want y'all to hear that I did cuss her the fuck out. I ain't gonna hold you. So I want y'all to hear what I said. I want y'all to hear me give her a taste of her own medicine when she's telling me that, you know, she didn't think it was a big deal. Okay, that she can be a friend of mine and go live on YouTube and make content about me. She thought that wasn't a big deal when she could have said this to me privately.
When YM did it to her, though, it was such a problem. She was crying when YM was making content, though. That's what I'm saying. Carrie's a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite, and she's a liar. Like, you sit up here and do everything that you say.
And she did. She felt some type of way. Not that I'm trying to bring that up because I don't know what the relationship is between YM and Carrie Ann, but she did do that. She did exactly that with Carrie with that situation. She felt some type of way when YM made some content.
Say that we shouldn't do. You got the nerve to get on your platform and give us advice when you can't even take your own advice regarding your own situation. How dare you?
I'm just saying, I don't appreciate that shit. Like, I don't appreciate where, like, you call yourself a friend of mine. You understand what I'm saying? And you can talk to me. You talk to me about personal shit like this behind the scenes. Why the fuck would you make that content? Am I wrong for feeling some type of way about that? I'm just saying.
Literally, how you're feeling is the very sentiments that she had for YM. Literally.
Exactly.
She's a hypocrite. I'm sorry, but she's a hypocrite. She's telling us how to handle Shakim, but yet let somebody tell her how to handle or feel about Photon. We got here.
Exactly. And I never did that. Even behind the scenes, I was like, look, I'm not going to tell you what to do or nothing. I'm not even going to reveal our conversation behind the scenes. But I'm not going to tell her what to do, but this is how I would handle it. Or this is what I would do. And that's it. And then she still continued to go live and talk about this man and say everything else. And so that's her business. Because she's a grown-ass woman. What I'm not going to do is get on live and be like, well, you should stop going on live in the middle of the night talking about this man. Well, you should realize that this man got a whole woman that he lays with every night. So it shouldn't, what he says about you shouldn't matter. And what he says shouldn't, and this is childish, and this is this. No, because Carrie is a grown-ass woman. She can handle Photon whatever way she chooses to handle Photon. That's not my personal business. What I'm going to do is to come and support Photon because I fuck with both of them. And that's it.
You can't even be a woman and be accountable. Oh, I didn't realize that's what I was doing. How you didn't realize that's what you was doing? When again, this is the very same issue that you had with YM. Literally, you were upset that your friend would take private conversations or whatever and turn it into content. How do you not realize what you're doing?
Exactly. She said, I didn't realize what I said was wrong. How do you not realize what you said was wrong? Like, you know what you said. You know what you did.
I don't talk about her mom and her dad.
You fucked with
her nieces and her nephews. And I talk about that dirty bitch's family. She gonna be mad. It's gonna be breaking the causes talking about my family. I'm gonna talk about her hair. I'm gonna talk about her skin color and the spread of her nose. It's gonna be breaking the causes of racist. But this bitch could do it to me. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. You're a hypocrite. You're miserable. You're lonely. And you clearly needed some friends on that dead-ass channel of yours because, again, you had no reason whatsoever to do what you've been doing.
None. Didn't nobody
Yeah.
do it to you. None. Nothing. But bitch, you can dish it, but you can't take it.
That's the point. It's like, as soon as somebody says something about you, now it's a problem. Now, as soon as somebody come out and speak on you, now it's a problem. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Yep, she going to work talking shit on YouTube. Yep, she just went live. Because you're damn right, you're not going to sit over here and talk that dumb shit to me. At the end of the day, like I said, you got 2 of my motherfucking phone numbers. You could have called me and asked me these questions if you really wanted to know, but you want to make it content, and never once have I ever done that to you. Never one time have I ever fucking done that to you. After we actually became cool, I would talk to you about stuff, and you requested that from me. Let's go there. You requested of me that, you know, because you don't want to beef with me, you don't want to have problems with me, that, hey, let's just talk about things. If there's something, give me a code word. If I say something wrong, or if I say something that offends you, let me know, and so forth and so on. And I've been working with you on that. I've been actually walking with you and working with you regarding that. But you're the one that took and went live talking shit. And y'all know I don't take shit like that very well. I don't take shit like that lightly. Not when you have personal access to me. Not when you can actually reach out to me and talk to me. Don't make me content, because I can make you content too. And I can go on for days and days and days about you and Photon. But that's not my business. That's not my place. And I don't really give a fuck. That's facts. I really don't care. But since you care so much to speak on it and say what something is, and you think something's what's the good look and what's the look to something and all this other shit, bitch, why didn't you say that shit to me? That's the reason I'm taking this way. And again, D. Durrell don't got a motherfucking thing to do with none of this. He don't got nothing to do with my issues with Shakim, with the podcast, with breaking the culture. He has nothing to do with any of this. So how are you blaming D. Durrell for this situation? Like, what are you talking?
You need somebody to blame for her narrative. That's what I'm saying. This whole thing is uncalled for. Like, I just find it funny that, like, I remember a conversation that me and you had behind the scenes when we were talking about, you know, the women, you know, should, you know, we gotta stand together, should not be on. I even deleted videos about that bitch after that. And then, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you guys was talking to me, I was like, you know what, y'all right. Like, let me chill out. Let me leave this.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Stood up for your dumbass, Carrie, and said, yo, like, let's take that down. I know that she's got, you know, there's some, let's not do that too. I'm the one that did that, dummy.
And I literally took those videos down.
And she took the videos down.
I ain't say nothing.
So that's the video she's talking about we're talking about when Carrie, when Breaking the Culture had went up to New York and she was showing these videos with Photon and shit. She took them videos down because I asked her to. You know what I mean? So since I'm such a fake bitch and I ain't got your back and all this shit, then explain that. Explain that shit. Help me understand like what I did that was so horrible and so wrong to you. You blocked? You might have been blocked from previously, but you shouldn't be blocked because you weren't blocked before. And plus, I could see you in here. So I don't know why you would think you're blocked. But you're not blocked, bro. But anyway, I had to break that down again because, again, we are not going to do this over and over again, Carrie. You are not going to keep spinning these narratives about me, keep making up this shit about me. And again, like I said, show this evidence of me being this horrible person and doing you so fucked up and so wrong because I'm not doing shit to you. All I did was show the sector. Since you do this, you go on these rants and you make up more and more shit. Every time you start talking about me, you put something new to the story. I showed chronological evidence of everything, and it just proved you to be a liar. Like, that's just it. It proved you to be a manipulator. That's just it. That's not my fault. You need to do something about that. You need to fix that problem. Like, we ain't got to be friends. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I strongly believe that women can be diplomatic with one another and don't have to be friends. Okay? We don't have to be friends. But at the end of the day, you are not going to lie on me. You are not going to play this victim mentality with me, this victim role, like I'm really doing you wrong. And if I am, prove it. Don't go around yelling and screaming and hollering at the sector and telling them that they just have to believe you. Actually prove me wrong. And until then, I don't know what else to tell you. But yes, honey, I'm going to stay on that motherfucking neck every time you try with the fucking fake shit. Show the fucking receipts. And I'm done. All right, y'all. Listen, I appreciate y'all coming in the building. Shout out to all of y'all that are in the clouds. It is really late. I'm going to go ahead and end the show now. I do appreciate y'all for always coming in the show. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace, guys.